Hey, it's Michelle with BeUmbrella.com, and I know many of you are here because you want to feel better in your body, perhaps better than you've ever felt in your body, which might seem like a pipe dream, but I've surveyed enough people and I've worked with enough people, and I've had enough of my own experience to know that you probably want more energy, deeper sleep, a better diet. And and I know when I was looking for a lot of the same things, I had just started studying Ayurveda, and I did a group detox, and it was essentially a one size fits all experience where we all did the same thing. And for some people, it worked out really well. And for some people, they really struggled. And for me, it was somewhere in between. So I know that a one size fits all approach doesn't work. Okay, if you're looking to really go through a wellness revolution in your life, to up level the experience that you're having in your body, to really improve your health, to make some sustainable changes, then it's important to find an approach that you can customize for yourself. And this and the thing is there's so many different opinions out there, right? So many different schools of thought. So much to make you feel overwhelmed and confused about what really is going to give you the depth of energy, the depth of rest, the ease and enjoyment with your diet that you've been looking for. What is really going to simplify your life and give you an easier day-to-day experience? That's really where we should be looking for, or really what we should be looking for when we're looking to upgrade our diet, upgrade our energy, upgrade our wellness as a whole. I also know that it's really easy to get frustrated with a lack of personal discipline. Oh, that word discipline. Like when you really want to make a lifestyle change, say you're trying to eat more leafy greens or give up caffeine or give up sugar or even just decrease them, or give up gluten because it's not that good for you. But gluten's everywhere, right? Caffeine, sugar, they're everywhere too. And you consume them and then you get really frustrated with yourself. You feel like, at least I did, like there's a lack of integrity between your higher self and the part of yourself that is making the decisions about what goes in your pie hole. Again, I know this because that was me for years. I struggled for a lot of years with this, and it was really miserable. So if that's you, what I have found is that there is a way to make a full body upgrade, a full body transformation, an upgrade in your kitchen and in your schedule, so that those things can support the changes that you desire to experience in your body. And what I found really works is doing a short-term at-home detox. Okay, just taking a moment in time, 2 weeks or 3 weeks, usually at a seasonal juncture, where you just hit the pause button, where you decide to do things just a little bit differently for a short amount of time, and you just try it on. You just run a small experiment. You experiment with how different foods can nourish you. You try on different potentialities of how you can feel. And sure, some people they do a short seasonal detox and then slide right back into what they were doing before. And it probably didn't help that much. I also have experience with that, personal experience. And then what I found is that if we want to do a change like this that it has to be supported by lifestyle, okay? It's got to be supported by everything else that we're doing on those days of that short little timeout. If we can do that, if we can make some changes that are supported by lifestyle for those 2 or 3 weeks, then we can really build some traction. We can experience really a bigger difference in our bodies. We can integrate changes that will support our health evolution year after year after year. Okay, and that's a big deal. Okay, because we don't want to go 2 steps forward and then 2 steps or even 3 steps backward, which I also have personal experience with. My body and my mind, of course, used to really rebel from not having caffeine or sugar or fat or whatever else it was that I was overdosing on and then totally abstaining from. And that's not useful. So, speaking from experience, I learned how to not do that anymore. I've really learned a way that works. And so now I have an inside out experience. And I have figured out how to help other people do the same, where we really align to what the tissues of our body really want. Okay, where we eliminate, the toxins from our tissues that are creating the cravings for the stuff that really doesn't nourish us. Where we empty the stuff from our tissues that honestly shouldn't be there in the first place. We just get it all cleared out in a very nourishing way. And that nourishment does not just come through the foods that we're eating, but also through the practices, through breathing, through, moving, and also through allowing time for silence, allowing time for deep rest, allowing time for nothing. And I know, you're thinking, Michelle, I don't have time to not have time. And I get it, I have 2 kids. My husband is a full-time student. I live in the same fast-paced, constantly changing, technology-driven world as you do. And honestly, that's a big part of the problem, not having time to do nothing, not having time to meditate or to exercise or to prepare the nourishing foods that your physiology needs to thrive. Not having that time is creating a more stressed out experience. It's making you more and more disconnected from what really matters. And so probably right now you're thinking, oh, geez, she's right. Well, what am I going to do about it? The first thing that you want to do is look at the day-to-day patterns, okay? Because your day-to-day patterns, they have a trajectory, right? You're headed in a certain direction with what you do day in and day out. And when I look at those with people who are addicted, whether it's to caffeine or to foods that don't nourish them, or to patterns such as overeating or undereating, over-exercising or under-exercising, whatever it is, because we all have different patterns and our patterns have a trajectory, okay? You can see this perhaps in some of the older people in your life. They haven't taken time out to really erase the chalkboard, to clear the slate, to allow the higher intelligence to really come through with better choices and a different trajectory. And so what we see in some elders is that often they're addicted and they're stuck. They're stuck mentally, they're stuck in old patterns physically, they're stuck in old patterns emotionally, and we see that and we see the pain that it is causing, and we think, I don't want to do that. I don't want that for my future. Like, I don't want to always be stressed out. I don't want to always be eating foods that aren't good for me, okay? I want to grow and evolve. And if this is you and you want to give up some of the feeling of being, stuck, some of the contraction, the limitation, then I highly, highly recommend that you do a detox. And to do one that isn't a one-size-fits-all approach, but to do one that is coming from what you want to do and yet is guided by someone who understands that there's a lot of different ways to detox out there. Now, it's also important to be aware of the fact that when you detox your whole body, your mind, it's going to freak out, right? Because if you're not having all those things that you're addicted to, then your mind is going to generate anxiety around that, or a lot of frustration around it, or depression, okay, depending upon your body type. And because you're not giving it what it's used to getting, right? To get through the day. But this is the thing. If we're going to do a full body upgrade, going from whatever, it's like going from, whatever version of phone you have right now to the next version. You know how when you get a new piece of technology, you're like, whoa, it's way faster. It's lighter, it's more efficient, it's more interconnected. It can do more things with more ease. That's exactly what it's like when you do a full body detox, when you do it right, okay? And when you do it holistically. So a full body upgrade, it has to include your mind. You have to get from the inside out what your mind is going to be going through, and assist your mind in that process. And this to me is where the Tidy Your Temple Detox is so cool, because you get all these different choices with how to nourish your body, but you also get this mind-body approach, where you learn how to deal with with the ups and the downs, and with the frustrations and the anxieties that the mind will go through in the process. Okay, you can actually mitigate the amount of ups and downs, and a key component to doing that is scheduling the time and the space, and having a guide that knows how to do this well as a supportive group. Okay, a community of people who are doing it and going through it right alongside of you. Another component of this that you should be aware of is that there's a whole world that opens in detox when we take a mind-body approach, okay? And that relates to spirit. A holistic detox will assist you in going deeper in your relationship with the divine. It will help you evolve your relationship with energy and where you're sourcing your energy from. So, if say you source energy superficially, like you get drained faster, right? You're going to burn out faster in life. But in the process of the Tidy Your Temple Detox, you learn how to source your energy from a really deep place, okay? From the ground of being. And the really cool thing is that you'll notice yourself needing less. Like, you will need less food. You'll need less stimulation, less everything, because you'll know that you're inherently supported by beingness. All right, what I personally have experienced, and what I would really like to help you experience as well through this mind, body, spirit upgrade, is a feeling of interconnectedness, in which The things that used to get me sucked down, that used to like keep me stuck in my old patterns, like they just fall away. They do. They just fall away. And what I've learned also is that there's a way to do it, to make it so deeply individualized that you can take the materials that I've put together and design a 2-week cleanse or detox based on your own intuition. Okay, and I can support you through that in the Tidy Your Temple program so that you'll be inspired to step into your deepest potential. And that's profound. That's really profound. The fact that you can evolve your wellness, that you can evolve not only your physical wellness, but also your mental and emotional wellness, that you can generate higher levels of emotional patterns and higher level thought patterns, and that you can connect in more intimate and interconnected ways in your relationships. It's just such a beautiful thing. Okay. Also, you can upgrade your self-care practices, and you will upgrade self-care practices to support your new body, which I know is something that is really important to many of you. You can upgrade your kitchen to support your new diet. Okay, you do have the ability to respond, to take the responsibility and change the trajectory of how you age. Okay, you have the ability to become someone who isn't addicted to certain substances, who isn't addicted to certain emotions, who isn't addicted to certain ways of showing up in the world that are really less than your potential. So, I want to help you do your best body upgrade this spring. April 23rd to May 7th, just 2 weeks. I want to help you design a detox that will work for you and really support you with a community of people who are doing this together, which will make it so much easier and so much more fun. Like seriously, it'll make it more fun. So if you want to come along and you really want to change your life, go to beombrella.com/store. So BEOMBRELLA, beombrella.com/store, STORE. Click Tidy Your Temple and get in today. Peace.